doing today?
Starbucks.
Spin.
We're gonna do. All right, bike. I haven't signed up for Pikes Peak, but I think we should do it. Even you can't stress out with Pikes Peak.
We started 2001. Jeff called me up one day and he said, hey, I kind of knew him, and he said, hey, do you want to do something stupid, which was perfect for me. He and I decided to do New York City Triathlon with about 10 weeks training. So from about 2002 on, we've been working out 5-6 days a week together.
I think we all like the fact that we're members of the JCC. We could join, any of the numerous health clubs, but it's a very comfortable place.
It's a part of the community. It's just very comfortable. That's exactly the word. We love it here. One of the best things of the year is when they start the countdown clock to camp, and it goes 103 days till camp starts. And honestly, as it gets closer, we all get a little excited, even though we have no little kids at camp anymore.
Jeff and I both come from other wonderful Jewish communities. Jeff grew up in Boston, I grew up in Chicago. So when we came here, we didn't have family. And we came and moved to this area once we had kids, and this became our home.
When I leave in the morning, I pass this tree, this beautiful tree that's right out front. And there's not a morning that goes by where I don't remember sitting under that tree with our younger son, Danny, who was in a mood, not wanting to go into preschool at the JCC. And I see that tree and I get choked up every day. This place brings a lot of family and a lot of community into my heart every day.
He cares deeply about people, so he doesn't walk by people in DC who are homeless and just walk by. He years ago took action because he recognized the needs.
The Washington Legal Clinic for the Homeless was started through a grant from the DC Bar with a little bit of seed money, and I got involved because I was a law student at Georgetown living on Capitol Hill and walking right by the CCNV shelter, the largest men's shelter in the country, and the juxtaposition between the shelter and Georgetown Law School on the Hill was pretty dramatic to me.
Jeff literally woke me up in the middle of the night saying, I have an idea. I asked him if we could talk about it in the morning. So he had this idea of creating a basketball fundraiser between professors at the law school and members of Congress. I worked in the political arena, so he said, do you think that'll work? And I said, of course not. And he made it work.
Home Court started when I was a third-year law student at Georgetown, 1988, and the goal was $10,000. We raised $40,000, and we wound up going up pretty dramatically. And this point at Home Court 32, which just took place 2 weeks ago, we crossed the $10 million mark in money raised for the Legal Clinic for the Homeless.
Our organization helps individual clients, and we also advocate on broader issues around policy and funding for vital safety net programs. Over the years, we've assisted well over 30,000 clients. Jeff's efforts really have allowed us to be present to our clients in a way that we otherwise would not be. I even wonder sometimes whether the clinic would still be had we not this amazing fundraising vehicle that really lies in the heart of Jeff's efforts.
Jeff deserves this honor for all he's done. He's affected the way I look at the homeless. I work downtown, there's a lot of folks on my street, I know their names, I've talked to them. I would never have had that thought if it wasn't for Jeff. So I think he's altered people's lives, and the recognition for that is well deserved and well earned.
I knew of the Ourisman family just because it's impossible to be in the Washington area and not know of them. Their prominence as benefactors, community leaders, business people, philanthropists, and figuring out the connection here, it made me feel great. Its reach has now spanned out where it's creating a scholarship program like this one, so I was deeply honored.
One of the things when Jeff got involved in the homeless community that he taught me is even if you see somebody and you don't have time to give them $1, say hello, recognize them. And it's that value that is so important about what we're doing today in terms of raising money for the JCC, is don't forget to see somebody. And to see somebody means to engage them. So with our gifts, we're seeing somebody. We're seeing the people that are out there that don't have the ability on their own to come and have the experience that we had, which is to have a community, to learn, to engage, and to bring that excitement and joy that has been such a richness in our family's life.
The JCC is a real center of our community for the unaffiliated, for Jews who really don't have any other connection, and our ability to provide scholarships and let people become members or avail themselves of other things that Jay has to offer is a great reason to do this.
One of my favorite times is when we are walking out, which is usually when the moms or dads are bringing in the little kids for nursery school. In the summertime, it fills up with the camp kids early in the morning, and I would hate to think that anybody who wants to send their child here for camp or nursery school could not afford to do it.